Hello and welcome again. This is Mike Kollin, and it is a beautiful day in sunny California. We're right outside of San Francisco by about 10 minutes, the San Francisco Bay Area. This is going to be number three, how to meet tips on how to meet women. Number three. It's a little bit different, but and a lot of you probably have already heard of it. It is extremely powerful. I'm going to give you the short version because the actual coaching of this one thing takes about an hour to an hour and a half. Because in my course, I teach your unconscious mind to see it, to understand it, to get it. Otherwise, just logically knowing something, it doesn't work. And that's why a lot of those other courses they don't work, is because they don't teach you what's behind it. When you understand what's behind it, you suddenly see things in a different way, in a clearer light. And that's what my course is about. Instead of just saying, oh, here's a line, here's an opener, go do it. No. I want you to understand. So emotionally, I think one of the number one core things that I'm doing with my course, I want your entire emotional nervous system to feel relaxed and calm when it comes to meeting women, approaching women, talking to women, understanding women, and continuing it all the way, to romantic experiences. Okay, so here's what this is, and I'm sure you heard of it. This really isn't. It's something I teach in my course because it's powerful, but it's an old NLP technique, and I don't want you to get this mixed up with what my course is about. But this is super cool. Okay, this is an old NLP technique. Okay, it's called the Predicate system. When I first learned it, I thought, oh, come on. But I was that way with a lot of NLP stuff. Oh, that can't work. It can't be that simple. Come on. It is. It is. And when you take my course and you get the full, complete training in it, you'll see why. As I went through all these Tony Robbins courses and NLP courses, Bandler, Grinder, and all those guys. Another shout out to John Overdurf. He is a really cool guy. If you want to take an NLP course and hypnosis, take his course. Okay, get a hold of me and I'll guide you to him. This is called the Predicate system. It's super simple and super powerful. All right, it's real simple. You got visual, auditory, kinesthetic, and auditory digital. Now here's what's going on. A lot of what I'm trained in is unconscious processes. In other words, what do people do outside of their awareness? They're not even conscious. If they have no idea they're doing it, and yet they get arguments and fights, and it's because unconscious. Well, you're not doing it the way I want you to do it. Your unconscious mind, it's like a child. Literally, it's immature, and it can get pissed off for the stupidest reasons. And check this out. You got visual, auditory, kinesthetic, auditory, digital. It's that simple. If you're not speaking their language, say someone says, do you see? Now I'm going to go through it. Visual uses words like, do you see what I mean? Can you picture this? Does that look right? That's bright and shiny. Look, picture, see, bright, shiny. All those things are what we call visual predicates or visual words, okay? If someone comes to you and says, yeah, I see what you mean. If you say something like, oh, do you hear what I'm saying? Now that's auditory. Hear, say, tell, right? Talk. That sounds right. That rings a bell. Those are all auditory words and phrases. Now, if someone's being visual and you're being auditory, you're literally missing. You're not connecting. The idea is to connect. And the funny thing is, all you have to do is throw out a couple predicates of their system, and all of a sudden, oh yeah, I understand you. I see what you mean. I get it. I hear what you're saying, right? So it's that simple. Now, so visual is see, picture, show, look, bright and shiny. Auditory is hear, tell, say, that sounds right, that rings a bell, tune in. What's another one? There's hundreds, if maybe even thousands, I don't know, but there's a lot of words in each system. So then kinesthetic is feel, touch, get a hold of. I got to get a hold of that guy. I can grasp, which means grab, like touch. I can grasp that concept. Grasp that concept. What the hell? You mean you can see the concept or you understand the concept? No, I grasp it. Very kinesthetic people will use those words even in visual or auditory situations, okay? Which is fine. All you do is say, cool, I'm glad that you get it, that you can get a hold of that concept. Does this feel right to you? Now, last one is auditory digital. Okay, that just means when it's a highly thinking person, when they're thinking, They'll say, let me think about that. That makes sense. They use make sense, understand, let me think about that. That's logical. Logical, think, makes sense, understand. I understand that specifically. They'll use like computer scientific words. These guys, they talk very linear and very like this. And you'll notice they're very focused because they're in what's called the auditory digital system. So you want to meet a girl, or you're married, you're in a relationship, and you're sick and tired of arguing. You just speak their words. That's all you do, and they'll be, oh yeah, yeah, and they'll just light up. It is the most incredible thing. Now that's it for now. In my course, I will give you different examples, experiences, so when you walk out, you'll be like, whoa, that makes a lot of sense, and you'll see what I mean. Do you hear what I'm saying? Well, you might get a hold of the concept later on, but for now, allow this to make sense to you. Hey, this is Mike Kollin. That's the predicate system. That is just a tiny little bit of what I do in my courses. But have fun with it. At the very least, do this. Do this one thing. Go out there and listen to people's predicate systems. And they use a combination of them too. And that's another kind of thing, but I'm keeping these videos short. So at the very least, notice in your reading, when you listen to a song, watching a TV show or movie, or people, just listen in the grocery store line, how people are like, oh, I see what you mean. I hear what you're saying. That feels right. Oh, that makes sense. Hey, I'll talk to you soon. Subscribe. Buy my book, Crack the Female Code. You want to have an idea what my course is about? Buy that book. It's on sale right now, probably for a month or two longer, and that's it. CrackTheFemaleCode.com. This is Mike Kollin.